After hearing more than 16 hours of evidence, a jury in Carroll County says Jackson Kradle's death was a homicide.
Yeah, this case has absorbed that entire community and has demanded answers since late July when Jackson was killed. TV6's Kyle Bales breaks down what we learned today and what this decision from the jury means going forward.
After bombshell witness testimony and bombshell evidence was presented on Tuesday, we heard more from witnesses on the stand, including the Illinois State Police crime scene investigations technician who processed the scene of Jackson Kradle's body that morning, as well as processed the truck that now former Deputy Matt Herbstreit was driving, and his passenger was now former dispatcher Amy Hubble. And what the jury heard over the course of these 2 days was that the biological material that was found underneath Matt Herbstreit's truck the evening of the incident by Illinois State Police, well, the DNA matched Jackson Kradle. But that isn't where the evidence ended and where the witness testimony ended with this inquest. It was a full coverage of all of the actions of Matt Herbstreit and Amy Hubble through the evening of July 27th into the early morning hours of July 28th. And it was testimony that suggested that both Matt Herbstreit and Amy Hubble were drinking alcohol throughout the night and may have been intoxicated at the time that Jackson Kradle's body was hit. And the driver of the truck that hit him was now former Deputy Matt Herbstreit. Now, they ruled it a homicide. The coroner instructed them to choose between an accident or a homicide. And the definition of the homicide would be, was there negligence? Was there recklessness involved with the actions of the person leading to another person's death? And the jury ultimately decided that that was the case. They also gave recommendations for future incidents of similar nature to this. And they recommended that instead of handing the case over to a state special prosecutor, to hand it over to a neighboring county, because the special prosecutor to date has not announced any charges or even announced if they even plan to bring any charges. Now, while this inquest does not have any impact on any criminal proceeding or any potential criminal charges, what it does do is it now ends a chapter in this case for the family, that now the facts and the truth are not hearsay, they're not innuendo, that the community can now come to grips of what happened that fateful morning. But now we have to wait to see what the special prosecutor is going to decide to do here on out. In Mount Carroll, Kyle Bales, KWQC, TV6 News.
Kyle, thank you as you continue to follow this story. And we have been following the death of Jackson Kradle since that fateful July day. You can find complete coverage on the case on our news app and website.